In 2016, a young foreign adventurer named Mason walked alone into one of the densest, most unforgiving jungles in Central America. He was 31, confident in his skills, certain he didn't need a guide. He told friends the jungle spoke to him. He had one plan: cross it alone and come out the other side in a neighboring country. He never made it. Weeks passed. No messages. No signal, nothing. His father flew down, refusing to believe the worst, and stepped into a place that felt wrong from the moment he arrived. Locals wouldn't meet his eyes. Doors closed a little faster when he walked by. And one name kept slipping out in whispers, like people were afraid saying it too loud would summon him. Skinny Pete. Nobody could agree on who he really was. A smuggler. A drifter. A man who lived somewhere in the jungle itself, not in any village, not on any map. Some said he'd been seen walking beside a foreigner matching Mason's description, right before Mason vanished completely. Others swore they saw the two of them together at an ATM, Mason pulling out cash, Skinny Pete standing just behind him, watching. Then nothing. Like Mason had walked into the trees, and the trees had simply closed behind him. When investigators finally tracked Skinny Pete down, his story kept shifting, like he was performing it for an audience only he could see. One version, he'd been with Mason the whole time. Next version, he'd never met him. His eyes, witnesses said, never quite settled on anyone, always drifting past you, toward the tree line like he was listening for something the rest of them couldn't hear. Then came the moment nobody expected. On camera, in front of Mason's own father, an investigator repeated what Skinny Pete had told them, that Mason had been taken by miners deep in the jungle, killed, and fed to the sharks along the coast. The father sat frozen as the words landed. A story that had come from one source, one man. Skinny Pete. For months, that name was the only answer anyone had. The face of something the whole world was watching unfold, one broadcast at a time. But the jungle doesn't give up its secrets that easily. A year later, what remained of Mason was found, not torn apart, not near any coast, but resting quietly in a riverbed deep inside the same park where he'd disappeared. Dental records confirmed it was him. And the detail that unsettled investigators most: there wasn't a single mark of violence on his skull. No struggle. No proof of what Skinny Pete claimed ever happened. Just a young man, alone in the dark, who may have simply walked into a river he never walked out of, and a name, whispered in the jungle for a year, that maybe never deserved the fear it carried.